Hello everyone, welcome to Krishna's online lectures. In this video of engineering mechanics, I am going to discuss about parallel axis theorem, which is the part of concepts of moment of inertia. So let's start the lesson. So this parallel axis theorem we generally use to define the moment of inertia of a plane lamina which is having particular area. And this moment of inertia we generally define about one axis which is parallel to either x-x axis or y-y axis. In previous lesson we have defined the moment of inertia of a plane lamina about x-axis or about y-axis. Now here we are going to consider another axis which is parallel to the reference axis, x-x axis and y-y axis. That is why it is called parallel axis theorem. So here you can see one diagram. Here we are considering one plane lamina, one arbitrary shaped plane lamina of area A. And let us consider the center point of this lamina is G. Either we can take centroid or center of gravity. So this G is representing the center point of this plane lamina. Now here let us consider two axes, x-x axis and y-y axis, which is passing through this center point only. So the intersection point of this x-x axis and y-y axis we are considering as the center point G. Now here let us consider another axis, axis AA. You can see this axis is parallel to x-x axis and another axis, axis BB, which is parallel to y-y axis. So here we will consider distance between these two axes. Axis XX and axis AA is situated at distance h, or the distance between these two axes is h, and the distance between this axis BB and axis YY is j. So here this axis AA and axis BB is parallel to these two axes. Axis AA is parallel to axis XX and axis BB is parallel to axis YY. Now if we want to define the moment of inertia of this plane lamina about this axis AA, so it is represented by IAA. If we are defining the moment of inertia about x-axis, so it is represented by y-axis. And if we are going to define the moment of inertia about y-axis, it is represented by IYY. So that is why I am going to write this IAA, because we are going to define the moment of inertia about this axis AA. And this axis is parallel to x-x axis. That is why we generally called this theorem, which used to define the moment of inertia, as parallel axis theorem. Here axes are parallel. That is why it is called parallel axis theorem. Now according to this parallel axis theorem, moment of inertia of plane lamina about any axis, this axis we are taking as axis AA, so it is equals to sum of the moment of inertia about parallel axis which is passing through its CG and product of area and square of distance between two axes. So here what we want to define, this moment of inertia of plane lamina about any axis. So this any axis we are considering as axis AA. So if we want to define this IAA, so it should be equals to sum of moment of inertia about parallel axis which is passing through its CG. So here from this axis A, which axis is parallel? XX axis is parallel and it should be passing through the center point. It should be passing through CG or centroid. So this XX axis is passing through the centroid. So about this particular axis which is passing through the centroid, we have to define the moment of inertia. So it should be represented by IGXX and plus product of area of the lamina. So product of area we are considering A and the square of the distance between these two axes. So here let us consider the distance between these two axes is h. So the equation should be IAA, that is equals to IGXX plus AX square. So here this particular parallel axis theorem is represented by this equation. IAA, that is moment of inertia about this particular axis AA, equals to sum of moment of inertia about one axis x-axis which is passing through the center point G plus product of area A and the distance between these two axes AH square. So this is the parallel axis theorem. Why it is called parallel axis theorem? Because we are considering two axes which are parallel to each other, and about one axis we have to define. Here we can define the moment of inertia about this x-axis axis also. So the equation would be opposite. So it will be IgXx, it is equals to IAA minus AH square. So this is another term. So here we are considering two axes which are parallel. Now here this is about axis AA and axis XX. Now let us consider another axis, that is axis BB and YY axis. So if we are considering distance between these two axes as J, so this equation should be, here I am going to write here IBB, that is equals to IGYY plus AJ square. So about AA axis, this equation will be, it would be this, and about BB axis, this equation would be IGYY plus AJ square. Now if we want to prove this particular term, so here we are considering again this plane lamina of area A, and the centroid or the center point of this particular lamina we are considering G. And from this centroid, axis XX and axis YY are passing through. So the intersection point of axis XX and axis YY we can consider as this CG or centroid or center point. Now here we are considering two more axes, axis AA and axis BB. So this AA is parallel to XX and this BB is parallel to YY. Distance between this XX axis and IAA or this axis AA is H, and distance between this BB axis and YY axis is J. Now here let us consider one small elemental lamina of this plane area A or plane lamina A, which is having area dA. So here we will consider distance between this small elemental lamina with x-axis axis or with center point G is y. This y is representing distance between x-axis axis and this plane small elemental lamina. So if we want to define the total distance of this small elemental area dA from axis AA, so it should be h plus y. So this total distance, it should be h plus y. Now here if we want to define the moment of inertia of this small elemental lamina of area dA about axis AA. So here first we will define the moment of inertia of this small elemental area dA with respect to AA axis. So it should be dA into h plus y square. Here if we define the moment of inertia about x-axis, so as I have discussed, we can write down this moment of inertia about x-axis as area into perpendicular distance. So it should be ay square. And if we are considering y-axis, so it should be ax square. So this is the product of area into perpendicular distance square. So here we have area for the small elemental section is dA, and it should be multiplied by square of the perpendicular distance. And our reference axis is axis AA. So the distance between these two terms or this elemental section and the axis AA is h plus y. So this moment of inertia about axis AA should be dA into h plus y square. So this is about one elemental section. Now here let us consider this total area A is the combination of number of elemental section, or if we are dividing this total area A into number of elemental area dA. So this total area should be summation of dA. And if we want to define the total moment of inertia of this plane area about this axis AA, so it should be summation of dA into h plus y square. So here this equation is representing total moment of inertia of plane area A about axis AA, summation of dA h plus y square. Now, if we simplify this term or if we expand this equation, so here we have the complete expansion and final term. So it will be IAA, because this moment of inertia we are considering about excess AA. So it should be IAA. It is denoted by I. So it should be summation of dAh square plus summation of dAy square plus summation of dA into 2hy. Here is the expansion of h plus y square. So here, if we simplify this term again, so it will be h square summation of dA plus y square summation of dA plus 2h into summation of dA into y. Now here, we are considering summation of dA as the complete area A. So in place of this summation of dA, we can write down as A. So it should be AH square. So this term would be AH square. Now second term is y square dA. So here we will write down as AY square. So this term is representing the moment of inertia about xx axis. So we can write down in place of ay square as ixx or igxx, because this axis is passing through the center point G. Now the third term is summation of dA into y into 2h, this term. So here, this particular term, summation of dA into y, it should be 0, because this is generally representing the moment of area about x-axis. And here, this particular term, when we are considering x-axis for moment of area, so at this particular point, y value is 0. So this complete term, summation of dAy, it will be equals to 0, because x-axis axis is passing through G and it is the centroidal axis. So accordingly, we can write down this term as 0. So our final equation would be, so this is our final equation, IAA equals to IGXX plus AH square, where IAA is the moment of inertia about axis AA, and this IGXX is the moment of inertia about axis plus product of area into perpendicular distance between these two axes. So here, this is the complete, or this is the final parallel axis theorem. Now here, if we consider another axis, that is axis BB. So here we have to define the moment of inertia about this BB axis. So the parallel axis we are considering here YY axis. So distance between these two axes we have to consider as distance J. So accordingly, the equation will be IBB equals to IGYY plus AJ square, and this is about axis BB. So if we are considering axis AA, so this equation we have to take to define the moment of inertia, and if we are taking axis BB, so this equation we have to consider. So this is another parallel axis theorem. Here axis is changed only, but the concept is same. So here, this is the parallel axis theorem, and why it is called parallel axis theorem? Because we have to define the moment of inertia about one axis which is parallel to the centroidal axis. Here we are considering x-axis is a centroidal axis. So AA axis will be the reference axis about which we have to define the moment of inertia. And if the centroidal axis which is passing through G is YY axis, so this BB axis will be the reference axis about which we have to define the moment of inertia. And these two axes are parallel to the centroidal axis. That is why it is called parallel axis theorem, which generally used to define the moment of inertia of a plane lamina about these parallel axes. So watching this video, you can rate, review and share this lesson with your friends and your known people. And if you want to watch more lessons related to mechanical engineering, please subscribe the channel.